Hello and welcome back to our 57th episode of the Labyrinth of Thieves campaign. We are your hosts and storytellers here from Wanderlustdnd with a very special episode for you tonight. What are you doing? Stop! You're messing me up! Before we jump straight back into last week's recap, we have a very special guest player with us this evening. Jane, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Jane. Oh, that was a terrible start. I'm not that hot and husky. Okay, hello. My name is Jane. I like D&D, and I'm married to Adam, and Karomi is my favorite Sanrio character, and that's all you need to know about me.
Copyright, Jane.
Oh shit, is there copyright in this stuff?
No. I'm just.
Oh, right. Sponsor me, Sanrio.
Yes, sponsorship. Hashtag sponsor us. Brilliant. Well, welcome, Jane. You were very, very welcome here this evening in the chaos that has transpired. But Jane will be joining us for this next section as our trauma team navigate the aftermath of last week's episode, when Artrin murdered a constable in the Eastern Gate, or at the Eastern Gate, and fled into the city, sparking a massive manhunt through the streets of the Steamward. As many as 3 platoons and a dozen peacekeepers were in pursuit, blocking off sections of the streets, and they were all trying to stop Artrin from escaping. Al, Gizmo, and Caché leapt from the red light district, and I guess skydived like badasses down towards the surface to offer aid. Gizmo using Skyrite to cast the Avashalirium symbol over the South Cogs, which did draw some of the constabulary in that direction. Al used Haywire to disrupt a few of the peacekeepers, which backfired slightly when you all forgot that lightning is actually an immunity of theirs, but he did stun a few of them in the process. However, Caché was the one who flew down to Artrin and opened a tear in reality across the city block in the city, in Manira, allowing for the trauma team to escape, but at what cost? That's the big question tonight. So, grounded, Artrin admitted that he made a deal with Avarice, which caused even more internal party conflict and tension, which none of you could deal with at the moment because you all had to run as the constabulary was locking down the Steamward. So, you all followed the shadowy Caché through the back alleys of Manira to the Copper Mirage, where you are to meet Tarlin. But we are going to fade back in a little bit before then, and start with our guest, Jane. So Jane, I wanted to open up the floor here, and would you like to introduce us to your character?
Yes, indeedy. Today, I suppose you see a medium urchinassi. Her veins kind of cracked in a sense, almost like molten lava is kind of flowing through them, a very kind of soft but soothing kind of ebb going through her body. I'm a quite tall, kind of muscular woman, but you see in her appearance that she actually is missing an arm and an eye. You see that they are actually replaced with a metal eye and a metal arm. She's very kind of soft in her pose, but also a very kind of stern look upon her face. And that is Haytrix.
Wonderful. Haytrix. Very, very excited to have you here tonight. As you've awoken early on this beautiful day, after receiving a rather unexpected message from your old first mate. Tarlin has asked you to meet him, as there is something that he'd like to discuss with you. And in the sending stone that you received from him, you could hear it in his voice that it sounded quite urgent. He asked you to meet him at the Copper Mirage, a bathhouse in the upper Steamward, around 10 a.m. or so. So, you see the city of Manira there, the map. I'm hoping you can. Please tell me.
I can, yes.
Okay, brilliant.
Sorry.
Sometimes Foundry likes to be like, no, vision has no, or Kraken has no vision, so I just, yeah. The lads know very well that happens all the time. Anyway, you live actually over in the Gem Ward. Little studio all to yourself, only a few blocks away from the Iron Ward, where you work a lot of the times. You can actually see the large factory stocks, spitting out steam and smoke from the 4th-story window of your apartment. So getting up in the morning, traveling through the Gem Ward. To get to the Steam Ward, it's probably easiest to just grab the steel line, which is this white line here on the map. It brings you all the way to the center of Manira, which is Neela Heart Station. Nothing too out of the ordinary this morning. It's a nice sunny day. Few clouds in the skies. The city is bustling like it usually is. How is Haytrix feeling about going and meeting her old first mate?
I think Haytrix is excited, but also very cautious. I think she's very wary about what Tarlin wants to meet about, and in her nerves, like as she's traveling, if there was any kind of stalls open or any kind of like merchants that were selling like foods like bread or vegetables or something like that, it's almost like she's panic picking things up. So she has things in her hands that if there's any kind of awkward moments, she feels like that she could be like, I'll just offer him some bread. You know, what's the worst that can happen? Like, there's always a bit of a distraction with her. So in her nerves, yeah, she's randomly picking up, like, a breakfast.
Brilliant. Get a breakfast roll. Get some other bits and bobs, a doohickey thing that you have no idea what it does, but it looked good anyway. You know, all those kinds of things. Your pockets are full. I'd say you probably have a bag of holding, you know, especially for the line of work that you were in, being a member of True Foundation, which are the builders of Manira, the ones who fixed the city up after the war. You know, you're an engineer for them and work very hard, you know, to maintain the city itself. Even these tram lines that you're on at the moment. I'd say all in all, it takes you about 35 minutes to get to Neela Heart Station. It's a big city, so, you know, the trolleys move at a decent pace throughout it. And on a normal day, you probably would be straight off to the Brass Line and up into the Steamward. However, when you get to Neela Heart Station, Haytrix, it becomes quite chaotic for a moment as the constabulary have surrounded the trolley and are escorting people off immediately. You're kind of pushed and shoved into a gathering of individuals, all kind of like looking a little bit nervous and scared, kind of wondering what's going on. And that's when you start to pick up bits and pieces of conversation. You hear that there was attack in the Steamward. No, you know, you don't know by who, but people were killed. There's dead bodies in the streets. And you actually begin to hear like some whispers of Avashalarium behind hands. And after a few minutes, you're kind of shoved forward towards two constabulary members. A human woman with dark black hair that's pulled up into a bun. Behind her is this bulky kind of bugbear with copper fur that kind of glowering at you as you approach. And right behind them is a peacekeeper, which you know very well, Haytrix. Peacekeepers, despite their name, used to be Goliaths, which is something you would have served with in the military before leaving. They are massive in stature. This one in particular, behind these two members, one has a extension arm for a rapid fire rifle, and the other has almost like a lightning baton in it. So not usually what the peacekeepers have in their adjustments, but so a little bit more firepower than you're used to seeing.
Okay.
But the woman, the constable, kind of looks up at you and, "Papers, ma'am," and kind of holds her hand out for you. You often travel with your paperwork from True Foundation, so you are welcome to give it if you wish.
And for what reason do I need to give you my papers?
There was an attack in the city, so we're checking everyone.
Okay, but you're going to give me my papers back, right?
Of course. I wouldn't keep them. I don't want that responsibility. Just need to make sure that you're from the city.
Okay. And what happened that there needs to be so much guards and peacekeepers around?
I understand. You probably have a lot of questions, but I can't really give a lot of answers right now, as there's not a lot known. But what we're trying to do here is we're just keeping everybody safe. So
I'll just hand over my papers, and kind of Haytrix will roll her kind of metal arm, not in a threat, but kind of to be like, you know, you whip yours out, I'm going to whip mine. Like,
okay, yeah, holding her ground, you know, being that that figure, yeah. The constable kind of looks over your papers, and there's a little bit of a twinge of a smile at the corner of her mouth. Haytrix. It's a unusual name. You wouldn't happen to be the Haytrix who redesigned the Silver Vaults, were you?
And would you be happy if I said I was?
I mean, if you really are, like, my husband works over at the Silver Vaults, and he says that the work that you did, it's the most secure place in Manira.
As Haytrix is taking in this praise, you can see that there's no front with her anymore. This big, massive smile comes on her face, and she's like, I did do that! Wow, does he really like it that much?
I mean, he talks about it every day. Like, there was a lot of issues at the Silver Vaults. People were stealing things, getting in behind the counters, and after everything that you built, it's completely secure now. I just wanted to pass that along, if no one else has said it to you, that the work you and True Foundation do is brilliant. And she kind of blushes a little bit and goes, sorry, I need to get with everybody else. Your papers are fine. She passes them back to you. Just be careful going through the Steamward. You might be stopped a few more times, but we're setting up blockades just to see if we can find the people responsible for this. So just be careful, okay?
Okay. Well, I mean, I appreciate you taking the extra steps to keep everyone safe. And look, if there's ever any workaround, if your husband sees that, if something isn't working, just give me a shout. I'm more than happy. I'm only in the gem ward anyway. And Haytrix will kind of just...
and she gets... and then, like, immediately, like, kind of gets pulled away again, and the bugbear is kind of like, get back to... And so they're getting back to work. But you're able to move through, especially with, your connection to True Foundation. You're able to maneuver your way through the city quite easily enough. You do get stopped a few more times, asking you where you're headed, what are you doing, what is your business here. Not many people question too much, though, because being True Foundation, you could be anything, at that point, going and fixing something. So maneuvering your way through, you do get to the Copper Mirage after a bit of time. I don't think you've actually been here, Haytrix, the Copper Mirage. How do you feel about bathhouses?
I think she's excited, but also like, oh fuck, will my arm malfunction if I mean, I can wash, so maybe a bathhouse is the same. Like, she's just like, how would I fix this if this happened? And how would I do this if this happened? So she's kind of like standing outside, again, very nervous, trying to think of anything to keep her not going in. She doesn't want to face reality at the moment. But she clutches her little baguette and her bag of tomatoes, and she'll like gingerly kind of peek in, kind of make her way in, get her whereabouts around the place.
Perfect. You do so, and you kind of make your way around the side, as Tarlin kind of told you to head around back. And as you do, you actually see a platoon of constabulary kind of march past you. There are other people in the streets, but it's very quiet right now in the Steamward. But you kind of see people are moving through, kind of escorting people away. You know, they're clearing portions of the city, and you manage to get up to the place where kind of like it's right at the edge of the barricade almost. But kind of like looping around the back, you see the Copper Mirage is an elegant structure, gleaming copper pipes twisted around the outside gates. And as you move away around the side of it, you actually see that there's like a harmony garden out the back with statues, just an other extension portion of the bathhouse itself. So ducking around the back, you do see an individual, hooded, it seems, kind of leaning up against one of the statues. They're currently facing away from you at the moment.
Okay. Is the cloak kind of covering their whole body? Do I recognize them from their back, kind of?
Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Okie dokie. Sorry now, get me all dice. That is a 15.
15, okay. Definitely not Tarlin. Far too short. Hard to tell male or female. Quite a bit shorter than you.
Okay. Shorter.
Yeah.
Okay. I suppose kind of in her nervousness, kind of flurry, like Haytrix will kind of just keep walking on, like taking in the people around her, like the person. But she wouldn't be like, trying to avoid anyone or anything like that. Just more of a curiosity when you're walking past someone, you kind of give them a look.
Give them a look, yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect, you do so, and the individual actually turns to you as you kind of make a little bit of noise in their direction. And you see opalescent skin, kind of white hair falling out from the hood itself. And it's hard to place the age of changelings, but you recognize this to be a changeling. And the boy kind of looks at you. You Haytrix?
Yeah. And you are?
Locke, actually. Boss told me to wait out here for you.
She's kind of like Tarlin.
Yeah, Tarlin. Yeah. He kind of looks you up and down. What happened to your arm?
I think you're a bit too young for this story just yet.
I'm 15. I can handle any story, and I'm a part of Vauchalirium, so...
Would you be scared if I said a dragon bit it off?
I wouldn't believe you.
Because you'd be too scared. And she's gonna just pass Locke her baguettes and be like...
Just fill his hands full of food?
Yeah, time for Tarlin.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Sure, I'll bring you inside. Guess it's kind of good that you're joining the cause today since everything that's going on, right?
Yeah, do you know exactly what's going on? I've been stopped a few times. I've been asked for my papers, like...
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me with the constabulary. Yeah, a bunch of people are dead in the Steamward.
What?
Yeah. I don't know, it was, I don't know everything, but, like, everybody's talking about it inside, and it seems like, the constabulary, like, open-fired on a bunch of people?
What?
Yeah, it's really strange. Look, Tarlin will tell you all of it. I don't know everything, but, you should probably we'll head you inside now.
And what a day to meet Tarlin.
Yeah, I've been kind of keeping a wide berth, to be honest. He's a little bit on edge, but come on.
Okay.
He kind of leads you towards a large statue of Friedior, which is the liberator or so, goddess of courage and mercy. She stands on the top of a hill with a glaive in her hand, and you watch as Locke walks up and kind of twists a section of the glaive, and you hear the workings of machinery under the ground, where a passage then opens, leading into tunnels. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah, secret and all. I have to stay out here and keep watch, but Quinn is going to take care of you, okay?
Okie
You see
dokie.
another kind of young boy, Air Genesi actually, kind of look up at you from below.
Going to take those baguettes back off Locke and make my way down.
Right off him? oh, okay. All right. He just kind of waves as the closes.
I'll make my way towards Quinn then.
Okay. Quinn is going to lead you through an underground passage. You can actually see that it opens out into larger spaces. And it's at that point you start to remember that Manir is actually built on top of massive mining tunnels everywhere. And it just seems like potentially this is being used as some kind of safe house. And you're led through quite quickly. People kind of keep an eye on you and stop what they're doing as you're passing, just kind of keeping, sense of where you're going as you're following Quinn. You see a lot of rooms lined with weapons, armor, gunpowder, men and women usually dressed in about medium to light armor. Some are cleaning firearms. You actually pass one of the doors and there's a stout dwarf actually giving orders. You hear, Garrison, you and Pip, your squad's going to the Steamward. We need to help with the injured, and you're going to go here. And he's like giving out orders, and people are starting to split off. Heading back towards where Locke is. There's at least about 60 or 70 people or so. But this space looks like it could hold a lot more. That's just kind of who you're seeing at the moment.
Fab.
Mental note. So at the end of the passageway, then you see two armed, very heavily armored individuals kind of leaning up against the walls, keeping an eye. Quinn kind of speaks to them and then goes, head upstairs. General's expecting you.
Okay, and I've heard he's in a bit of a mood.
I mean, he's kind of always on edge, but maybe just no fast movements.
Nice and slow. Got it. I'll just start making my way slowly, unsure. Yeah.
Unsure.
Everybody loves carbs.
Exactly. Who doesn't like carbs? Yeah, exactly. Perfect. I just want to... I didn't do this right. Give me 1 second. I don't have a token here for you to see. I nearly did it. Perfect. So you're gonna head up, kind of like a little step stairs, and then like the trap door almost is like above. So you kind of open the door, and head on inside, to a decent size space. Actually, let's just get you back into here, and I'm gonna close that down. There we go. One moment, please. Get you into here.
Cute.
So. Haytrix. The chamber that
Yes.
you step into is a decent size. Rich hardwoods, large table in the center with, you can actually see maps and piled with scrolls. The room itself, though, there's a moment where you stop. Because there's a twinge of pain. This room, war room, whatever you want to call it, is very similar to the one that Caché and Tarlin had aboard their ship. Your ship. And there's that kind of moment where all of that floods back for a second or two. You're pushing it back. You see Tarlin standing opposite the chamber to you. Across from him is a crystal scope, actually. You see 3 pointed crystals aligning to produce a projected image. Usually this is for conversations that are over great distances. The two figures you see are kind of this tinge of arcane blue. One of the figures you recognize to be Enya.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one you don't recognize, actually. But there are two women basically standing there. Beside Enya, you see a woman who's shorter than Enya and Tarlin. You see kind of frizzy, almost speckled pepper, black and white kind of hair. And she's kind of got her head in her head in her hands. Tarlin is pacing back and forth, and you hear, "What exactly are you accusing me of, Eliona?" And the woman that you don't recognize kind of, "I'm not accusing you of anything. It sure sounds like you think I'm responsible for the attack this morning." The woman shakes her head. "People are scared, Tarlin. We've barely had time to recover from the metal mills and the mining tunnel collapse, and now this is going to damage us in the eyes of the people." Tarlin kind of steps back. "This morning's attack was careless and slappy. It wasn't us." Enya then steps forward. "Regardless if this attack was us or not, the AIV is going to blame Avashalirium either way." Eliona kind of steps back and rubs her mouth and her hand and her eyes, which is apparently what exactly you were looking for, Tarlin. Why you goaded the envoy to follow you into the metal mills in the first place. I will remind you that we agreed together that your plan was too reckless and ill thought out to proceed. I make no apologies. Recklessness wins wars. Both women kind of shoot each other a glance. But it doesn't have to, Tarlin. If we keep provoking Barlian and the envoys, at the sound of the general's name, Tarlin hisses. I have it under control, Eliona. Even have a lead on one of the envoys' location. Eliona kind of steps up. Where is it? Tarlin gives a smile there, Haytrix, and kind of glances back at you, and you, for a moment, see a flash of Caché on his face. Y'all know when the time is right. But for now, I've dispatched aid to the injured in the Steamward, and to gather some intel on who's responsible for this morning. Eliona speaks. We can't afford to lose control, Tarlin. I've arranged General Ronai to bring supplies and reinforcements to you in the coming days. Tarlin kind of steps back. You mean you've sent someone to keep an eye on me? You need reinforcements, General. And it's time that you put the envoys down for good. Find them. Destroy them. Don't worry, Eliona. I'll find them. Eliona nods. There's a slight bit of defeat on her face, raising her voice, and she walks off the screen. Haytrix, you see Enya remain arms folded, like she usually is. You're on edge. Distracted. I don't need my actions questioned by the likes of her. The voice of the people, who never fought a day in her life. Eliona's only weapon were her words. Enya kind of smiles a bit. No different than your fists. She has fought for the people much longer than we've even been alive, Tarlin. Founded Avashalirium, and she pulled you out of that very dark place I found you in. Tarlin looks back at you, Haytrix. Is there anything you do?
Haytrix is just kind of slowly shaking her head because the sentence of recklessness wins war is really stabbing at her right now. Like she's just not... This is way too much at the moment.
Okay. You kind of see on Tarlin's face, it soften a little bit at the look on yours. I'm sorry, Haytrix. I knew you were there, but I just needed to finish that conversation. You can come forward.
Slowly, kind of step by step. I wouldn't say Haytrix is afraid or anything like that. I think it's just more like you were dead and now you're here, and this is like whoa, I've walked into a shitstorm when I thought I was just meeting, to have a chat. But she'll kind of almost walk towards Tarlin, kind of nervously but willing to kind of have an embrace with him as well, because they were so close, for so many years, that there is still that friendship deep in her chest, that she never lost. It was always kind of hidden there, more so hidden with the grief of thinking he was dead, and it's kind of coming to fruition again.
Okay. As you step forward, there is no move to embrace you, but not in a dismissive way, in a distracted way. He turns back to Enya, and Enya kind of doesn't look to him, looks to you. It's good to see you again, Haytrix. I should thank you. The intel that you provided was invaluable.
Enya, you've never really changed, have you?
And I don't intend to.
Well, I hope it was put to good use, and that's all I want to know.
I respect that. I won't tell you about the lives that you saved, then.
You're such a jokester as always.
Tarlin is softer now, actually, since you've approached. And just kind of says, I wasn't expecting all of this today, but we do have business to take care of, Enya. Enya kind of goes, you're meeting her today, then? He nods. And I need to bring Haytrix up to speed, so I won't be alone. Enya nods. Looks to you, Haytrix. Be careful, both of you. Don't let your former air colonel get under your skin. Projection flickers. The crystals stop humming, and you and Tarlin are alone.
Haytrix is just gonna look Tarlin in the eyes and just kind of give a tired sigh, well, hey, I suppose.
Hey, I'm glad you're here, Haytrix. Sorry about all the secrecy.
I'm glad that you're alive. I'm glad that you're well. And fuck, I'm glad that you reached out to me, but for this, it took you this long?
I know. And I don't really have an excuse either. Except that part of me thought maybe you'd be better off thinking I was dead.
For someone so smart, it's the stupidest statement you have ever said.
I'm prone to stupid statements.
So you're still the same Tarlin that I knew?
His face falls at that. No, Haytrix. I'm not. But I don't think you're the same Haytrix as before. You saw stuff too. You survived.
I suffered.
Haven't we all?
She'll kind of rub her arm and just kind of be like, in a bit of a whisper, just be like, more so than others.
And kind of shifts his cloak slightly and kind of like detaches a section of it and reveals to you that he is also missing an arm. And you can actually see that the burns have taken all the way up the side of his face and gnawed away like half of his ear as well. I understand suffering, but I am sorry that I didn't come to you sooner. I'm glad.
I suppose. I mean, yeah. Fuck. I'm sorry about your arm, man. I'm sorry for the suffering that you had to go through too. In all these years, I thought that everyone was dead. So, my grief, it became kind of a bit of a greediness as well, I suppose, in a sense. So, I suppose we did survive, and I am glad that I'm here. But I'm also curious as to why I'm here. After all this time, why reach out to me now for assistance?
Well, you've helped a few of us throughout it all. Enya, of course, that you know already. But I reached out to you for a completely unrelated reason for all of this. Everything that's transpired today. I've kind of thrown you into the deep end, but Caché reached out to me, looking to meet. Apparently her and her new crew have a ship they need smuggled into the city. So, I thought it'd be good if we faced her together.
Caché and her new crew.
Yeah.
She lets one die and picks up another.
Yeah, so easy to replace, aren't we?
Wow. So she expects, after all these years, for you to come crawling back and help her.
Yeah. She hasn't really lost that side of herself.
No.
Still always in control. Or she thinks.
Great. Okay. And, I mean, how do you feel about all of this?
Speaking truthfully, I'm a little distracted, obviously, because of everything that happened this morning.
I don't blame you.
But, I just can't get it out of my head that the AIV is going to blame us for this. And it's good and bad for our cause, to be honest. Good because it's going to set some of these plans that I've had in motion, but bad because it's associating us with the dead. And there was a lot of lives lost today. And then Caché on top of it, and she knows how to get in my head.
I understand.
That's
Look,
why I need you there.
I don't know how much help I'll be, especially when I see her. I don't know how I'm going to react. But I trust you, Tarlan. Like I said, we've had many years together. And you helped me. Fair enough, you didn't look for me after. But I know that you were there for me. So, whatever you say, I'll follow.
Kind of gives you a nod, and at that point will open up his arms for an embrace.
Oh shit, I have these baguettes. I'm just gonna... Haytrix will just move some papers off a table, like, sorry, I hope they're not that important. Put them down, and she's gonna, like, rugby tackle him into a big, like, almost like pick him up off his feet, like, have his little toes, like, kicking in the air.
Definitely, and he is, despite being maybe about around your height, he's very tall and lanky compared to you, so you easily can pick him up. oh God. But he does embrace you as well, and there's that flash of the old him, before all the anger that you were seeing. He's softening, definitely. When you put him down, he kind of straightens up his clothes. Well, Hyacinth has prepared a special bath for you and I. Soak the metal parts of our body. What do you say?
Haytrix is going to give him a little, like, a jestful punch, because she's so much more comfortable now. She's like, oh, it's just like old times. So she's ready. She's ready to wash her metal arm and just have a good time with an old friend.
Oh, brilliant. Perfect. So he will bring you through another secret passage, leading you into the Copper Mirage. There is a private suite set aside, very large. Actually, here, I'll pop you there because there's a map.
Hey.
Hopefully there's vision on this map.
There is.
Brilliant. So, both of you are able to undress and head on into the bath. And soak for a bit. The water feels amazing, especially on the metal parts, the joints, where the arm attaches to your skin itself. Haytrix has always kind of been a bit not great. And you're able to just relax a bit. Same with Tarlan. He sits back, lets the arm fall into the water, and just see relief on his face. But there is a bit of nervousness still. Watching the door, every noise and movement, he's looking towards the door. Is there anything you'd like to do before we move on to the others?
No, I think Haytrix will... I suppose, firstly, would she kind of notice Tarling being a little bit on edge, like looking?
I'd say so. He doesn't. He's like you. He doesn't hide it very well.
Yeah. I think in that sense, like, Haytrix will kind of tell him stories of, like, of the old times, like, remember when we pushed John off the ship, and, it was so much fun, and, kind of like she's reminiscing almost to make things like a facade of comfort in the room to see does that kind of help him. So yeah, she'd just kind of have general, like, banter with him. Nothing too crazy.
Oh, that's lovely. I think both of you reminisce, telling stories. I think at one point he does mention Rob, and you see his face. Rob, actually, I should tell you, Haytrix was one of your constructs actually aboard the Solde Polaire, and Rob always had a funny way of taking care of people. Really good at healing people, really bad at reading people, and it was kind of an ongoing joke aboard with Rob. And as he kind of you reminisce and laugh about that connection, you see Tarlin's face kind of fall again slightly, and just we lost Rob as well. I shouldn't say as well. We kind of lost everybody, but
yeah,
I do miss that construct.
He was great. Just perfection.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, he was good. He was good. He just, yeah.
I know, but you always have to make people better when you reminisce.
Yeah, true. So, to the rest of you, currently in the dressing room, leaving your armor and weapons behind. There's just one quick thing before the doors open to the private suite. Al, if you're there.
Indeed. The USB plugs on the front of Frankenstein are unfortunately not very reliable, and all the others are currently taken up by other devices that I have plugged into it. So,
that's okay.
Yeah.
That is all good. That's all good. I just wanted to make sure you were okay because, Al, you feel something in the pocket of your coat as you're leaving your clothes behind. Familiar pulse sensation.
Is it the kind of amber stone that Razlair gave me?
Yes, the Whisper Stone. Yep.
I can't communicate through this, really. I can only send emotions, can't I?
Kind of. It is kind of like that between the two of you, but as soon as your hand touches the stone, like your actual hand, you almost can taste Razlair's question. Are you safe? There's the emotion that you get down it.
I will send him a feeling of deep relaxation if I can, just thinking about the bath that I'm about to take.
Okay. There is a rush of relief from the stone, with an undertone of some inappropriate thoughts.
Fair enough.
Especially with the thought of the bath. And then it slowly kind of fades. The warmth fades from the stone itself. But you do get the last kind of lingering taste of desiring to see you. And then it fades.
Oh, I'll be back on the ground soon, I'm sure. A few more things to deal with. Quite pressing things.
Are you safe? Are you okay? What do you mean you're in the sauna?
Yep.
Razlair doesn't question those things.
No, come on.
He's safe. Naturally, he's in a sauna.
He's safe. Obviously, he's at the baths.
Yeah, obviously.
But the door is not open to you. There you go. Now it's open. You can go in if you wish.
I'll be staying in my armor.
Staying in the suit. Who is getting undressed? Just remind me.
I am getting fully void-linked.
Yeah, I'll get undressed, but I'm gonna, as I said before, keep my spellbook in my wrist pocket.
Yes. Thank you. So you've got your spellbook in your wrist pocket. Artrin, you've taken off the armor. Perfect. Weapons all left inside. Yep. Caché. Are you just
I am the
walking around
weapon, baby.
I am.
Ooh, okay. Going strong here for Haytrix. Okay. Okay, so the door opens, Haytrix. You and Tarlin sitting in the bath. There is a moment where the steam and mist swirl in around the four figures that step through the door. I'll let you, all four of you, describe yourselves really quick for Jane. Unclothed, by the way.
Who would like to go first?
You spoke, off you go.
I just heard Jane go, "Hey!"
Hey.
Hey.
Well, so I am a tall, very, very slender, like no muscle whatsoever. Purple elf with long white hair, kind of braided back at the sides. Completely nude. I suppose maybe a tiny little towel around, the waist and privates to
The
have
bits.
some. Yes, indeed. And I'm just, I suppose like kind of piercing blue, almost star-like eyes. Like if you look in, it's kind of like almost like looking at the Milky Way or something like that. Even the whites are kind of dark and speckled. Piercing blue speckles. And I suppose there's nothing else you can see. It's fucking naked. So.
Very good. Go on, Artrin. You're next. I see you on my Discord.
Okay. I am a tall dragonborn. 7.5 feet tall, I think. I'm also wearing a little modesty towel.
That covers nothing.
Yeah. Lots of scars across the body, some of which seem to be sewn with gold. Strong looking. Yeah.
Very good. Gizmo. Good timing.
Oh, God. I just write a description of the character. So you see a construct, but a little bit different from most of the Clockforge you've seen. There's more like stone and wooden elements, natural elements to it, but like combined with the clockwork that's there. Gemstones that are thrumming ethereum cores that have embedded in these massive arcane-looking gauntlets. It does look like that it's a bit ramshackle, like a bit worse for wear, as if it's been through the wars and has been mended a number of times, and is kind of just about holding together at the moment. And that's Gizmo.
Brilliant. Haytrix, are you still there?
I'm here, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I just want to make sure. I don't know why it clipped out for a second. So, perfect. So you see these three individuals walk in, and trailing behind, Caché.
You see the void of what a person should be there, but you just see blackness with wisps of smoke flowing off. Maybe about exactly the same height as you remember Caché, but that's probably the only thing that's recognizable. Her eyes are just these glowing yellow, glowing yellow throughout. There's no other distinguishable color, but that's the only thing you see within the figure that distinguishes them from the rest.
Very cool.
Tarlin will kind of lean over to you, Haytrix. I probably should have mentioned she looks a bit different.
That's Caché.
Yeah.
Haytrix is just going to kind of sink more into the water, almost hopefully she wants to kind of shroud her arm just for a moment, keeping an eye on what should be Caché, what is Caché, what isn't Caché, whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah, Haytrix, you've never seen any... I'm still in Tarlin's accent, hang on. Haytrix, you haven't seen anything like what Caché is or should be. You've never seen a being of shadow like this. And just as, Caché described, kind of wispy and slightly see-through and then not. It's like she's there but not. It's a weird... She's very different than what you remember.
Yeah, big change.
Yeah, the slight change.
Big change.
Yeah, something different. Maybe she just did her hair. I don't know, man. Like,
yeah, it's all in the hair.
yeah. Did you get a fringe?
Did you? You changed. Oh god, the art now is freaking out. Foundry, hang on.
My Foundry doesn't like my art.
No, I'm sorry. It's okay. We're gonna leave it there because it's just being weird. But anyway, you all approach. Tarlin kind of says that to you, Haytrix, and then turns to the rest of you. Nice to finally put faces to the new crew. I see.
Is that jealousy I hear in your voice?
Not at all. Come on in. Al's already in the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it was cold. The water looked hot, it was comfortable. I had to get it. Hello.
It is. The water is just at the simmering level of slightly uncomfortably hot.
Mm-hmm.
And you actually notice that a lot of that heat seems to be coming from the woman sitting across from Tarlin. But none of you, except for Caché, have actually seen these two. So.
Everyone? This is the famous Tarlin. And another one of my crew, Haytrix. Been a long time.
Some would
Hello.
say.
Hi there.
Hi everyone. I'm Haytrix.
How have you been?
Alive. Why?
Just curious.
Okay.
No,
Find that
judging by
funny?
the look. Go on. Sorry.
As I just said, did you find that funny?
Fine. What?
Who? Me or
Who are
Tarlin?
you talking to?
You did the little laugh. I thought you did it in character, did you?
Who are you? Me or me or...
Tarlin, yeah.
Oh no. Well, no. That was probably.
Okay, so that wasn't that. Okay, oh sorry, I mixed up
Sorry.
Gordon and Tarlin for a second.
Sorry. I'm getting confused. There were a lot of NPCs I just played. Okay. Tarlin will look to the rest of you. Judging by your faces, you know who I am. So, why'd you call this meeting, Caché?
I think there's something more pressing to discuss first.
All right.
I'm sure you've heard of what happened this morning.
Indeed.
Fortunately, it was due to a number of decisions that were made in haste.
I'm sorry. You saying that you all had something to do with this morning?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Well, we were there.
Some more than others.
Actually, thinking about Al is actually completely innocent. He didn't do anything. But the rest of us,
What the fuck were you thinking?
There wasn't much thought, if I'm honest. I was trying to get Artrin out.
walk me back through why were people killed in the streets?
So, I think if I have it right. Now, there was some rather fearful happenings in the center of the square in front of the constabulary headquarters. And it seems as though members of the constabulary were primed to just simply open fire on anything around them, which ended up, well, hitting quite a few innocent people in quite a large radius. This is, I suppose, what these guns do.
I was the cause of them pulling the trigger.
Oh, well, that goes up. Okay.
Well, I'm the one who started all of it, really.
And
Caché.
how exactly did you start it?
Killed a guard.
Just kill the guard? No other reason?
They were going to arrest me.
Where'd you find him?
The underdeck.
Yes, quite far away.
Big smile. Things are a little different down under.
Yeah, they are. I know. But Helen's gonna kind of sit back a little bit. There haven't been an announcement of how many people are dead. I'm sure we'll find out soon. What exactly are you all planning on doing about that?
Well, to be honest, I didn't know of any civilian casualties until Al just informed me there. So, no plan.
Well, that's not
Just yet.
surprising. You rarely
Perhaps they
have
know,
plans.
anyway. Unfortunately, it seems we have to head out again tonight.
Bigger and better things to do, just like always. Never taking accountability, it seems.
Well, I'm hopefully going to get supplies for the city. It's what I needed your help with.
Caché, I'm having a hard time understanding what you want to actually do with this city. What have you actually done for it?
See this form I am in now? It's what I've done for
yes.
the city.
Ooh.
I became a
Do you honestly
shadow
think-
for the city.
Do you think we give a fuck that you became a shadow? You'll just be blown away onto a new city again. Wreak havoc, kill people, find your new crew, let them die, and you'll wisp away again.
You think I wanted you to and everyone to die that day?
You didn't listen to me. I told you to
Yes.
turn around. You didn't
I had
listen
my
to any of
orders.
us. Yeah, well, I hope your orders were worth our lives.
I think you'll know for now that I do not think so. Before,
Caché.
I was so twisted. Yes, Haytrix.
You didn't shed one tear when you were being paraded around the city. So don't get any ideas that you're getting any sorrow from me.
Really, you didn't hear about the medal ceremony then?
Oh, I remember the medal ceremony, Caché. I remember the general parading you around like some war hero. Pinning medals to your chest. That was the day I came back. The day I crawled my way to this city. After being a prisoner for years. And you didn't even look for any of us.
Do you think I was capable? I wanted to. I haven't been capable up until 2 weeks ago.
You were the general's pet. For so long. Doing whatever he
puppet.
asked you to do.
I see that now.
Yeah.
Wasn't that what you were trying to do this entire time?
Yeah, I was. And now I see you here with your new crew, walking around like we didn't even matter.
How does that say that you didn't matter?
He's gonna look to Haytrix.
Haytrix is going to grab Tarlin's metal arm with her metal arm and like raise it in the air and be like, if we fucking mattered, we wouldn't look like this, would we?
It was war. I couldn't control every industry. If I could, every single one of you would be alive. I'm sorry for the suffering you've gone through. But there's nothing I can do to change that now.
There's nothing I can do to change that now. There's plenty you can still do, and you do nothing. You sit there.
Such
I
as...
think I've heard quite enough. You sitting there and you're slinging insults, bringing up the past. We're here with an offer to do something for the city. Do you want to help us with that, or do you want to keep bringing up the past in whatever hurtful manner that makes you feel better? Yeah. Look, you suffered. We all did. It was war. Look at her. You're lacing up your arm. Her entire body is gone. You say do something. We're here to do something. Or do you want to just keep bringing up the past, keep insulting her? I don't care if she left you behind. You're doing pretty fine for yourselves now. But she's been there for us. So I'll ask you to keep your tongues in your head.
I shall nod in solidarity with Gizmo there.
And I understand that she's been there for you, and that's great. And obviously, we want to help the city, but we have a right to grieve the life that we could have had.
Then do
and
that.
Someone that we...
Don't bring in someone else's pain to do so. We all suffer. It does not give you the right to make anyone else suffer for it.
Very true.
We all signed up. As much as people could have made better choices, some people made mistakes, we all knew what we were getting into and we signed up.
She's just going to look at Tarlin and just almost like roll her eyes like, here we go again.
Have you said what you need to say then?
Look, at the end of the day, I'm following what Tarlin wants. Fuck, you can't hold it against me that I take a bit of anger out. I've had this pent up for years.
I don't blame you.
Fucking years.
And I have an anchor too. I'm aiming that at the general.
Well then, let's put our angers to good use. But if you forget about me again, Caché...
I never forgot about you. I just didn't think you'd accept me like this. Didn't think anyone would accept me like this.
Why are you all saying such fucking stupid stuff today? You're just as bad as Tarlin. Will you just... Haytrix is just gonna, like, splash water at your stupid shadowy form. Just shut the fuck up! Oh! I don't even know how to hug you. You're a shadow!
Like this. And I go up and give her a hug.
Ew. Come on, Tarlin.
Oh, it's a group thing?
It's always a group thing with us.
I'm not quite ready there yet. There's still a lot that I gotta process, because I understand what you're saying, Caché. And I understand what your construct is saying as well. He's very well versed, by the way.
He is.
But I'm having a hard time understanding the moral high ground that you're all on when you've initiated a brutal attack on this city, and it's being pinned on us.
I don't think I ever stood in a moral high ground on that. I never claimed as such. Tried to tell you.
You're saying you want to make a difference, but you're a few hours before doing that.
As I told you initially, I said I made a mistake. There was unfortunate decisions that were made.
We never claimed we did a good thing, Darren.
Yes, in fact, I think it was a pretty horrific thing, all things considered.
We're here to admit our mistake. We each said so. But we're also coming with a reason to be here. Supplies for the city. Why we needed your help. It won't make up for the lives lost, but you asked what we're going to do about it? We did have good intentions, and let's do them as reparations now.
Alright. But I'm gonna need something in return.
What's that?
You said that you have knowledge, or your crew has knowledge, of the envoys. Said they were experts on them. I need the envoys.
What for?
Did you forget that what Bane did to you? What they're probably doing to other people in the city? The Metamills is just the start.
That doesn't answer the question. What for?
What do you think?
I don't know you, Tarlin.
I don't know you.
My point is, just give a straight answer. We're all trying to
I
get
am
together.
giving a straight answer. I want them to pay for their crimes. Be held responsible. And we need to get that thing away from the general.
That I agree with.
I don't care how. I just want it away from him. I already know that there's
What?
another in the city somewhere.
Is that your true goal then? to get the envoy away from the general. You say
Of
bring
course.
the envoys to you or stating more information, but that's your actual goal.
Yeah.
That I could probably work with.
Yeah.
You know where one is?
Or one might be.
All right. So, you give me the envoys and I'll help you.
Nah, I just confirmed what your actual goal is. You need to get the envoy away from the general. I'll agree to
Yeah.
that. I'm not agreeing to bring in anything to you. Semantics, they're important in a contract.
This ain't a contract. It's an understanding that we're helping each other out.
Well, then I ain't helping you with that.
Gizmo likes to work in fine parameters.
Yeah, I'm getting to understand that.
Like these contracts.
Reminds me of someone
Like
else
details.
I know. Well, what do you want to know?
I want to know exactly from your mouth, what are your intentions? No insinuation, no innuendo. I want to hear you say it.
You might have to be a little bit more specific on what grounds.
With
the envoys.
With the envoys.
I want to destroy them. Unless there's another reason not to. But I saw what that thing did to Caché, what it tried to do to me. It could be anyone in this city, and that's dangerous.
So is any human or humanoid alive?
They're just constructs. They've been given orders. I don't understand why you're defending them.
No. Thanks for confirming exactly where the limit of your knowledge ends.
I understand that some constructs, like your good self, because you're very versive in conversation, you have sentience, obviously. That's great. These envoys don't. They're murderous machines.
Sorry, and just I find it funny, like, how every word that comes out of your mouth is wrong. You're in charge of things around here.
Well,
Caché, you should have picked better people to have following you around.
I raise my hand up to Tarleton as if to be like, don't get up.
oh no. He's still just sitting in the bath. Arms kind of played like this.
Gizmo
Adam.
is the expert when it comes to these things. I would recommend listening to him, Tarleton.
Fine. I've spoken enough. Go on, Gizmo. What do you have to say?
You succinctly put it that your overall goal is to get Bane away from the general. I can agree to those terms. That's it. Any of this rounding them up or genociding them or any mention of killing at all, I will not agree to. Treat them like you would any other person, I'll agree to those terms.
For a individual made of metal, you seem quite passionate about them.
Consider
Something
it a
more?
clue as to why I care. You seem like a smart guy. I'm sure you can figure it out. And if you can't, more loss to you. You know my terms.
Alright.
If that's agreeable with the rest of my group, of course. I'll take turn to the rest of the guys.
Yep.
I'm in complete agreement.
Caché.
Yeah, it's up to you, Gizmo. You are the expert.
Fine. Looks like we're all working together then. To get Bane away from the General.
And kill the general along the way if we can.
Yeah. That too. I'm more concerned about getting his hooks out of this city. So, if you've got a ship that you need smuggled in, I think I can handle that too. What kind of goods we talking?
That we don't know. We just know that it wouldn't get in regardless. Unless we smuggled it.
Haytrix, do you know of any places where you could smuggle in a ship?
Would Haytrix know of any places that they could smuggle in the ship?
Yes, indeed, Haytrix.
Funny that.
Funny that. You would. I'd say the one you'd think of would actually be there's an old like ship graveyard, basically. It's located in the lower industrial district, and it's kind of just outside the walls of the city, so it might be slightly difficult to get to now, but you know, they're smart people. Lots of old decommissioned ships are stored there. Kind of scavengers are kind of about here and there. So you could probably, if you disguised the ship, you could probably leave it there for a time being, but it probably wouldn't be super, super safe.
I was trying to remember all that, and I can't remember all of that, so I will relay all of that to the gang. Lower Industrial District, ship graveyard, disguise ship.
Brilliant.
Please!
Tarlin then will say, another option that you have is the mooring towers in the upper Steamward, just around the corner, really. Normally privatized, but it's insanely overcrowded, so you could potentially slip in there without being discovered. But I'd say you're going to have a hard time no matter where you go, because the constabulary is on edge.
Yeah. We didn't do ourselves any favors that way.
Nor us. Thanks for that. But I think in the way, this could work out okay.
It doesn't destroy all of your plans then?
It's a bit of a smile on his face. Not at all.
Good. I'm glad we didn't inconvenience you too much.
Not yet. We'll glance at Gizmo. Not yet. Well, as enjoyable as this is, and something's going to cut Tarlin off. As the radio next to him is going to sputter to life. One moment. With a message.
Good folk of Manira, this is Ignatius Fiddlewick with breaking, and I mean breaking news from Genesee Fort. If you've just crawled out of bed or had your head buried in blueprints, let me be the first to inform you that our streets ran red this morning. In an unprecedented act of terror, chaos erupted at the eastern gate leading into the Steamward, following an unprovoked attack on members of our constabulary, which led to a district-wide manhunt that spiraled into utter carnage. Civilians were trampled, officers turned on each other, and now, as the morning wanes on, the death toll climbs higher. We go live to Genesee Fort with a message from Inspector Rook, who is leading the response efforts.
Inspector, do you have a statement for us? Who is responsible for this morning's attack?
How many are dead? Silence, please. Thank you for your patience. I come before you with heavy heart to confirm that this morning's atrocities were orchestrated by the insurgent faction known as Avashalaria. With so many of our forces still engaged in the rescue efforts at the Ethereum mines, these cowards took advantage of our stretched defenses to launch a brutal and public assault. But I want to assure you all that your constabulary is working tirelessly to find the terrorists responsible and bring them to justice.
Inspector, forgive my bluntness, but how does a rebel faction launch an attack of this scale and then simply vanish? Is there a failure here, somewhere in our city's defenses? Is it our constabulary?
This was no random act. It was planned, it was coordinated, and it was executed with precision. If there is a failure here, then it is that we have allowed Avashalirium to fester in the shadows for too long, and no more. Inspector, do you have any suspects? We have launched a full-scale manhunt for the primary assailant, and we call upon the people of Manira for your aid. We are looking for a male gem dragonborn, blue or sapphire scales with feather detailing, approximately 6'7" and around 100 kilos.
Sorry.
Last seen wearing a long overcoat with a heavy metal plating. This individual is considered armed, dangerous, and highly unpredictable. If you see him, do not approach. Report immediately to the nearest constabulary outpost and signal an officer in the streets.
What about the victims, Inspector?
Please understand that until the families are notified, I cannot release any of the names of the lives we lost today. However, at present, 63 lives were lost, and more than 200 are being treated for serious injuries at our medical stations throughout the Steamward. There's only one word that comes to mind, folks. Outrage. How can our constabulary remain so bloody calm when these rebels threaten the very peace we fought so hard to secure? Haven't we survived enough war and bloodshed, Manira? I fear this is only the beginning. These terrorists will tear apart our city brick by brick, and despite what the inspectors say, this is no longer about justice. It is about survival. This is Ignatius Fiddlewick, swearing to all of you now that I will bring you the truth, no matter the cost.
Murder!
Fantastic.
Oh, 63.
Ooh.
Okay, also, a fucking planned precision attack.
I love his planned precision, and Tarlin was like, it was sloppy.
It was sloppy. Also,
that was a bunch of on-the-moment decisions.
Yes. I love as well too. While I was playing, I just cause I just love that you do that the news segment thing so much. I couldn't stop smiling while it was saying yeah, many people have died and there's a terrorist attack. And here's me just going, oh, this.
Yeah, I was vibing way too much here,
And then I love in between the interviews, the little camera's like, shh. That's my shot.
Oh, good, that's amazing.
I really glad that you enjoy those because I enjoy making them very much. It's all me. I like
fun,
it. I'm just playing with tunes and sounds and Yeah, and different accents and everything. Yeah, I had to laugh because I tried a bunch of different of the how many are dead, but for some reason I had to just how many are dead. I don't know why it came out that way.
How many are dead?
I tried so many times and I just kept doing it. I'm like, never mind, it's just gonna stay there because.
It doesn't seem right. Like, how many are dead?
Yeah, I was trying
Mickey
to like,
Mouse.
make it. Yeah, exactly. Oh, how many are dead? Oh. But yes, so Jane, those are our news announcements, basically. Especially now lately because things keep happening. That instead of me trying to like do it back and forth, I'm like, I'm gonna just record it and sit back.
Honestly, that made me so. Do you know when like a puppy gets so excited they faint? Like literally me. Like it reminds me of Bioshock. It reminds me of Chicago. Jonah's like,
yeah.
oh yes, he had the gun. You know that like pure like, oh, that was so good. I'm so happy.
I'm
Not for all the 63 deaths. That's terrible. But the production of the 63 deaths, sick.
63 dead,
Yeah.
200 injured.
200 injured.
That's
I
a
thought
lot
it'd
of
be more
injured.
like 10 or 12 dead, 50 injured.
Yeah.
That was a lot more. A lot more than I was expecting. Oh.
Yeah,
Big,
the
it's a
scale was
crowded-
pretty big.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
scale was pretty big. Yeah.
Oopsies.
Whoops.
I don't know why you're saying oopsies.
Did I do that?
Hey, was that me?
I'm just a
I also thought it was
dragonborn.
really.
I'm just a dragonborn.
I also thought it was really funny when earlier in the episode, Adam, you were like, "I'm 7 foot." I'm like, "I said 6, 7." Whoops.
Like 7.5 feet tall.
So,
They're looking for a 6'7" dragonborn. I think I'm okay.
you're right.
Just like edit it where it's like Adam's like, I am, and then it goes to your voice. 6'4".
But it still has the robotic like thing over it.
Like the radio. Yeah.
Hi, I
Oh my
am
God.
6'4" feet tall.
To speak to a representative, press 4.
Press 1.
Oh God, yes. So there you go. There's your
End this call. Slap your face against the keyboard repeatedly.
Oh God. So yeah. So now you know the amount of people that were injured. Yep.
Damn.
So
How does Tarlin look right now?
Tarlin is gonna change the music real quick. There we go. Can everybody give me an insight check?
Ooh, I love these.
Indeed.
Did Gizmo roll well on an insight check?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Oh.
Ooh.
27.
Jesus.
Ah, fuck you. Why am I even here?
17.
I got a 17 as well.
Okay. Al?
Um,
Unless you're just happy to be there.
I got an 18, but I think I might roll it again.
Okay.
I really like the tile structure in here.
Yeah.
I feel really
Rewind
awkward.
time, look again. I like to think that Al does get distracted and like looks away sometimes at like tiles, but then he just rewinds time so he can actually pay attention to what just happened.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
Oh, I don't know why that annoys me so much, but it really does.
Because it's so frivolous with time magic.
It's the fact that you could be like, you weren't listening to me. Yes, I was. You prick.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay, that's a 19 anyway.
A 19. Okay, well, I was going to have whoever rolled 27.
Yep.
Caché, pop into secrets with me.
Sure.
Aye.
Oh, one sec. I have this in a different yoke.
Goodbye, farewell, auf Wiedersehen.
Alfie just
Phone, what's going on? Oh, there he is. Okay.
Oh yeah, he just left. Hi Jane, welcome to the game.
Hi,
Sorry
you
for
made me want to
sorry for yelling at
cry.
you.
I don't know if you saw that, Adam. I texted you going, Gizmo makes me want to cry.
Why?
Gizmo makes me want to cry.
No, not actually, but
No, I know, yeah. But it was just like I was listening and I was like, if they say anything constructive about the president, I'm going to leave it off. But it was just like, you were shit to us in the past. You suck. And I was like, you know what? This is not constructive. Okay, leave it off.
Yeah. Remember that mean thing you did 20 years ago? I still hate you for it.
I felt very like Xenor when he had to step between Maraud and Davo.
Oh yeah.
Just be like, look, you're both wrong. Get to grip and fucking get out with shit.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Oh yeah. I just got my daily anger out.
Me too, I guess.
I loved playing Dabble for that, to be honest.
Getting your anger out.
It was the best.
Oh, I'm not angry anymore. I promise.
The big hug gave it away.
I know, yeah. I was like, no, I planned Haytrix not to be a bitch. Fuck, what do? I give hugs. Weird naked hugs, I suppose, actually.
And to be fair, like even
yeah.
as you said it in character, it makes so much sense. It's like you have all this animosity that's just built up, and then when you have the person in front of you, it's just like blah and blah and blah. Like it's hard to like stop yourself.
Yeah.
Like totally makes sense. Like
Then we all have a good snuggle and everything's okay.
And then you go for a swim.
And then yeah.
I would think.
Although I don't know, because Amber said that the water was like prepped for like metal and stuff.
Oh yeah. Maybe it's like the densities of it. I wasn't getting in though. I'm always in like a somewhat of a defensive position of like shit might happen. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Constant vigilance.
I also forgot that I said I had like lava veins and stuff, because when Amber was like, the water gets hotter, I was like, oh yeah, that's me! I'm bubbling the water! It looks like there's little fart bubbles coming from Haytrix, but she's just like boiling the water. Yeah.
It's just on a slow simmer.
Yeah, it's like good to boil eggs in, I don't know.
What can I ask? What is your class, or are you keeping it close to your chest?
No, Artificer.
Oh, Artificer. Oh, cool.
I think it's Artificer. I don't know. I told Amber that it was Artificer.
Did you go?
But you know what?
I assume not armor.
Yes. Well, so I don't know actually.
It'll come up.
Okay. Okie dokie.
Hello.
I realize now that none of that was recorded because I don't have the recording on my side, so that's okay. That's secrets. Okay. Dirty 20, and then everything underneath that, correct? 17, and
19.
Al, what did you get? A 19?
19. Yeah.
Okay. Tarlin's putting on a bit of a brave face, if that makes sense. Like he's definitely got a military vibe, very almost kind of similar to when you first, Al and Gizmo, when you first met Caché, that kind of stoic nature, despite her being still kind of like emotionally wild. That's kind of the vibe you're getting off of him at the moment. He's definitely withholding his true feelings. He's putting on a bit of a no, this is bad kind of vibe. Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. Well, that was unexpected. It's a lot of dead, especially after the metal mills. Ignatius, did get one thing right, at least taking responsibility for the mining tunnel collapse. That's fine. But no matter what this city does or anything bad that happens, it's going to be blamed on us.
You're a
That's
pretty
for
good
sure.
scapegoat.
That's what the general had me blaming for so long.
Yeah, he's good at that.
Too good.
Scapegoat status can be useful, though. You can do things that aren't really you and create confusion. I mean, today was an example of that. I wouldn't necessarily say a good example, but in theory, better plan.
Let's just say this one thing. Can you all just be a little more careful?
We can try.
Of course.
Yeah,
No more
Shit
killing.
tends to happen to us.
my
We're a bit
perception of
unlucky.
How things work here is a little different now, so yeah.
Yeah. You don't want the entire city after you, so... Which, at the moment, you kind of do have that, so... There's not really much more I can offer you at the moment, unfortunately. Until you get these constables off your back. We can't really have association, you understand?
It's fine with me.
We need to somehow remove all evidence of us being involved in this. Considering they've all seen us, it might be kind of difficult.
No, they've only seen Artrin. He's the only one we need to clear.
Who, I suppose.
That's
Yeah,
the one
they
thing.
Looking for others, they would have said in the announcements, unless they're trying to keep that under wraps.
That was my intention behind the illusion. To ensure we weren't seen.
Well, we just need to be a little bit more careful. And judging by the two, you especially, he's looking at you, Al. You seem to be kind of the industrial sort. Am I correct in saying that? You kind of build things?
Why, you are correct. Is it my calloused hands? Is it my weary but sharp-looking eye?
Sure. Caché also told me that she's running around with people who are like you. And look,
Okay.
he looks at you, Artrin. You don't fit that. So,
Yeah.
more brawl. Yeah. But
Good to have a balance.
there's something kind of weird going on with inventors. Just keep an eye on them, you know. You especially. You know, we already lost 2, actually.
Well,
Farian Hall was one of ours. Was in the House of Clocks in the Carnival Row. He was working on special projects there for the Avashilarium, and then Matthias as well. And seemed to be gone missing. So just keep an eye out.
When did you last hear from Matthias?
How do you know him?
Old acquaintance.
Yeah, he was searching for someone that we think can help us with the envoys. And then
Did
he
he give
went
a name?
missing. No.
Description? Anything?
No. Didn't give much, to be honest. But that's not really my focus, if you understand.
Of course. Pardon the curiosity. Just
Oh, you knew him.
hadn't heard
then.
his name in a while.
Hmm.
I did.
If you knew him, then You must know about our cause.
Fortunately, no. I wish I did. I'd feel a bit better informed going into all of this.
Well, Matthias and Enya were very close. They worked a lot on their inventions together.
Enya?
Yeah. Poisons.
They were close.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Kind of looks to you, Haytrix. It's a bit strange.
I haven't got an idea.
You have an idea or you don't have an idea?
Sorry. The heat's getting to me. I don't have an idea.
Yeah, maybe we should, maybe we should make tracks. I think these, 4 need to move along.
Sounds good
Yes,
to
you do.
me anyway.
Out of curiosity, when you getting the ship in?
Tonight.
Tonight? Leaving it to the last minute, aren't you?
How I kind of roll. As you said before.
Look, I
No
understand
problem.
that Haytrix and I kind of came on strong there in the beginning, and I'm not going to apologize for it. It's a lot of pent-up anger, but I am really glad that you're seeing the truth. That's all I really wanted. Maybe I didn't go about it the right way, but...
I think you went about it in the only way that would have worked. There's no right way. Break what had been done to my brain.
I do need to know one thing. Because it's gonna eat me alive unless I ask.
Ask away.
The general knew about me. He didn't fight for my release. He left me a war prisoner over in the Empire. Did you know?
Didn't know you were alive. It's just another
Being
reason
truthful?
to kill the general. What?
You being truthful?
Am I? Oh yeah, no, I'm 100% being truthful.
Looks to you, Haytrix. And there's a relief on his face that he only really shows to you, Haytrix.
I'll just give like a subtle smirk back, like a little head nod as well. Haytrix's trust is in Tarlin. Whatever he wants, what he thinks.
Well, this has been enlightening. But I think we're done here. Consultants, I believe.
Ah, you've accepted my new title.
Accepted, not really, but I think we can help each other, all of us. Even you. Looks to you, Gizmo.
Remains to be seen.
Well. And it's at that moment that hissing begins to happen behind you all. Sound that is a little odd coming from this bathhouse, even though there's hisses and squeals all the time. There seems to be a lot more. And Gizmo, I believe you're the one closest to the door. You feel in your suit sensors begin to pick up movement. Large sounds. You have about 3 seconds. Gizmo, are you doing anything?
Just a question. The sounds are coming from the door direction.
This direction. The door right behind you.
Down here. Okay. I'm going to shout out. Something's coming. And then I'm going to cast haste on myself.
Oh, okay. Do I have a haste? Do I have a haste? No, I do not have a haste. We're gonna use hovering, even though it's not hovering, but okay. You cast haste on yourself, Gizmo. It kind of electrifies through the suit, and just as the door opens, and a kind of a sturdy dwarf kind of waltzes on in. You can see that her skin is kind of a sallowy, kind of gray almost. She has fire red hair, kind of shaved on one side and curled to the side, and she just she kind of walks in and color me impressed, Tarlin. Interesting to see you here. Base of operations. And Tarlin kind of leans back. Oh, geez, took her long enough. And then kind of sits up, and Haytrix, you're looking at this individual, and you recognize this person. And your heart sinks. Cord the Grinder is her normal name among the Iron Hive gang. She is known as one of the most ruthless mercenaries in Manira. And she is currently flanked by 4 individuals in long coats with guns. Too bad the boss only wants one of ye dead. And it's time's up, sweetheart. Looking at you, Haytrix. And as she does, she pulls a chainsaw from her back and kind of ignites it. And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Only Majeebers.
Against me?
Chainsaw?
Coming for me?
Chainsaw!
The chainsaw. What do these words mean together?
Chainsaw.
Chainsaw!
A chainsaw.
A chainsaw. There we go.
A chainsaw.
And here was me being like, Haytrix is going to look towards Artrin because they're definitely after him.
Nope.
I rolled a 12.
You rolled a 12. Okay. Can get you in here. 12.
Eep.
Yeah, at the moment there's like 4 most wanted people in this room.
Oh yeah.
What a field day.
What a life we have here. Okay, Artrin.
Yes, I got a 24.
Wow.
Yeah, natural 20.
Nice.
I am.
Not
Natural
bad.
20.
Yep.
Interesting. Tarlin got a natural 22. Perfect. Al.
16.
Oh, we're rolling high, everybody. Got you, Haytrix. Gizmo.
17.
Oh my goodness.
Nice.
I know, yeah.
That's great. Caché.
22.
22. All right.
It's because I shouted, "Get ready!" to everybody.
That's it.
Yeah, yep, that's it.
Yeah. None of you were
Nice heard.
surprised. Gizmo, you still don't see what's causing the loud ruckus. By the way, you just see these individuals. But, yay! I was hoping for a slight break in the beginning here, but nope. Tarlin's up first. So, what is he gonna do? I think. Yep. Cool. Tarlin's gonna get out of the bath. No towel, no nothing to cover himself. He's just naked.
Naked.
And naked. And he is yeah, he's kind of curious to see what you do. So he's gonna take a step out of the water and pop into patient defense, I think. Yeah. Actually, he will move closer and around here to Haytrix's side and go into patient defense. So that's Tarlin. Artrin.
Okay, I am gonna just
I'm currently in the bath.
straight up to this guy.
Yeah, you have no weapons.
I do not, but I have the grappler feet, so
You do.
Nice.
I'm gonna get right up in there. Bit of naked wrestling. I'm gonna grapple him. Yeah,
this
Just
guy
like
with
the
his gun
Greeks
is like,
did it.
yeah.
brilliant. Okay, so you're gonna try to grapple him.
Yep.
Go for it. I think it's your athletics versus their acrobatics.
Yes. That's 19 plus 5, 24.
Ugh. Yeah, no, you do. You grapple him. I'll get grapple on here. He did not roll well. I'm not rolling well, and I'm very sad. Do we have a grapple? Restrained. There we go. Perfect. So you have that person restrained. You actually, as you got closer, you noticed that the rifle that they have in their hand has these almost like small glowing tubes along the side, giving it this like almost alchemical kind of feel off of it. And as you get closer, the gun itself is like vibrating with like arcane energy. So that's just kind of what you're seeing there. But you grapple the person. What do you do next?
I'm gonna want to try and spook him. I am gonna look him in the eye, and I'm gonna say in Draconic because I don't have my translator on me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say Draconic. I want to see something really freaky, and I'm gonna cast Spirit Shroud.
Okay.
And there's just these ghostly apparitions appear behind me. Of other naked buff dragonborns.
A nightmare, you say?
A nightmare, yes.
I was gonna say, is that a nightmare?
for this person, maybe. But yeah,
Back to me, babes.
I'll have them do cold damage. So I get an extra
Cold damage.
D8 when I attack.
Perfect. And are they? Does anything happen to them when they're in the shroud, or?
Nope.
Nope.
Actually,
So it's just when you attack.
Their speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of
By 10 feet?
my next turn.
Good to know.
So nothing will happen until I attack.
Nope.
That is all I can do for now.
I didn't put. Nope, that's perfect. Okay, lovely. Oh, actually, that's so cool. Well, it's grappled anyway, so he doesn't have any movement anyway. But it's so cool because it like automatically switched it to 0 feet because I put the grapple thing on there. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
Well done, Foundry. Shout out. Perfect. All right. Anything else?
That is everything I can do for now.
Perfect. We go to Caché. Still in the water?
Yes. Okay. So, in my knowledge of the new rules, the first object you interact with, so like if I was to like run in and pick up the weapons, that would be a free action, right?
I think picking up your weapon is a free action.
Yeah, I think sounds right.
Yeah, it is a free action, yeah.
Okay.
But I
perfect.
think it's like
So-
we're running up and
At least
trying to
picking up
pick up
one weapon.
all of them, but you have to pick up
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, you can pick up one.
You can't
Yeah.
go and like pick everything.
Oh, I will. That would be an action to pick up everything.
If you wanted to give up your action to pick up all the weapons, yes, then I'll.
Yeah. Yeah. Would I possibly be allowed to pick up and throw, or is that too much?
Oh, I'd say you could throw as a bonus action if you wanted to do that.
No,
a
I'm
lot
not
of
for the
like a
bonus
lot of
action
things
throw.
you can throw. Okay.
I need my bonus action.
You can run and grab and then run up to them.
Yeah, that's probably what I do. So I'll run in here. I'm going to try and grab.
Free action to grab your weapon if you want.
Yes, I'll use an action to then grab Artrin's weapon.
Which, can we go back really quick? Because
Yeah.
it was so chaotic last game.
I'm nearly positive Al picked up my sword and shield.
I did.
I don't know what he did with
That's
them,
what
but I remember him picking them.
I wouldn't have carried them very far for very long.
Okay.
So I probably left them. They're probably in. Like they could very well still be in the ship that we escaped on.
Oh my god! Did you leave them back in the Firefly?
I think
I'd
that's
say
up to E.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna leave that up to Al because Al, you.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
have. I probably wouldn't have picked them up and like brought them out.
To be fair as well, too, it is a known thing that I have a bag of holding.
Yes.
Yeah, true.
Yes.
Like it wouldn't have been very difficult for
I could have given
if
them
there's
to you.
someone's having a problem with transporting something first for it to be in the bag of holding.
Yes.
So that
I know
would
you
mean
say
it's
that,
with
but
you.
It wouldn't be. Yeah, that would be. It would mean it's with me. Yeah, I'd have the bag of holding on me.
Mm-hmm. I
So
didn't.
That would make
write
sense.
them down or anything.
Yeah.
Like I haven't written anything of them.
Yeah, if we were seeing you struggle with it, you probably would have offered as well.
Yeah, these are actually to get them back to him. I have a bag of holding, but like it. I just think
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it does. It makes sense.
Okay.
So
I'll just grab my
Archie's
own weapons then.
Yeah. So you grab your own weapons. Perfect.
Yeah, and then use the rest of my movement to run out here and take. So I have my action now because that was a free action to pick up my own weapons, just to be 100%.
I think it's one weapon. Yes.
Perfect. So I picked up trouble and came out.
Okay.
And I am going to take my 2 pot shots.
All right. Who you aiming at?
Chainsaw Lady.
Chainsaw Lady. All right.
Does
when she walks.
does a 14 hit?
14 does not hit.
Okay. And the second one does a 17 plus 9 hit.
That hits.
Cool. And I will.
Anything else?
And that is 15 points of damage.
Ooh, very good. 15 points of force damage.
Then I will use a spell. I'm going to cast Caché Shadowy Shield at 6th level.
Caché Shadowy Shield. All right. Walk me through. What is that one?
So, literally, Caché will get surrounded by shadow within 5 feet of her. It counts as half cover. I gain resistance to acid, cold, fire, lightning, and poison. And if there's a dexterity saving throw where I would take damage, I take no damage if I roll half, that kind of way. And if evasion, essentially, yes.
Oh, I tried to do pink, but it didn't come out pink. Hang on.
It looks pink on my side.
Okay, there we go. So you have like a little shroud around you.
Yeah, and I can move it around on different turns.
Perfect. Cool. Lovely. All right. So yeah, Cord's taking a little bit of damage there. Got shot with trouble. Anything else?
My turn.
All right. It comes to. I don't know why that name is there. Oh no, that is correct. The Chemtech Enforcer. So.
Chemtech.
Gizmo.
Hello.
Oh, lovely. But you're not her target.
But I'm right there.
I know, but you're also big and a construct. So, That's okay. Let's see here. Did she take...
Wait. Sorry, Miguel, did you roll a 19 there or 17? The
17 plus 9.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as a bonus action... Oh no, she won't do that yet. Yeah. She's just gonna run straight up to Artrin. And Artrin, after you've kind of grappled this person, so you're holding on to this man who's kind of flailing around with the gun in your hand, you kind of look to the side and you watch as this kind of stout underdark dwarf runs towards you with this massive chemical chainsaw, and as she does, she kind of revs it up, and you can see it spitting acid out as she just cuts up towards you. Please roll better than... That's okay, that's better. 21 to hit?
Yes. Sorry, I don't know why I can't get my AC to drop. I just took my armor off, but it's still saying my AC 17. That's not right. I think it should just be
Yes.
10. But yeah,
It
that
should
definitely
be
hits
10,
anyway.
yeah. And your dex, whatever your dex is.
I don't have dex.
But I don't think you have one.
No,
Dex.
no.
Yeah, okay. That is 15 to hit.
Yep.
Okay, so both hit. Where are my... Where are my d10s? 12 points of slashing damage. And 9 points of acid damage. And I'm gonna need you to make... Oh, you're not wearing armor, so you're fine. You don't need to make a save there. That's the first hit. So 14 points of slashing damage. 5 points of acid damage.
Yep.
Yeah. And seeing that you currently are grappling someone, yeah, I think she can get right up.
Hypothetically,
Yeah.
can I hit a bitch with another bitch?
Why the fuck not? You've got the grappler feet. Go on, roll to hit with a bitch. This person's pretty wirely, so.
Could I count this as an
How about this?
unarmed attack?
Yeah, it'd be an unarmed
Improvised
attack.
weapon.
Yeah, improvised weapon basically. As your reaction.
Improvised weapon. Can I smite with this person? I'm kidding.
That would be
Just
so
channel
funny.
avarice through this poor person.
It's 23 to hit.
Oh my god! Go on,
improvised
you
weapon
hit.
is what? D4 plus strength?
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
do 2d4 plus your strength because it's a person.
He did a perfectly executed German suplex.
That did
And
execute.
8 points plus my strength 6, so
8.
14 points of bitch damage.
Bitch damage.
And actually, with my spirit shroud, they actually take an additional d8 of cold damage, so they take 2 cold damage
Alright.
as well.
Take
Nice.
two more cold damage. Amazing. Well, what's funny, Artrin, is when you hit a smaller bitch with another bitch, that first bitch is gonna fly forward
No.
because of this. what's happening. So, Caché, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Oh, perfect. I literally cast the spell that's great for this.
Are you within 10 feet of me? Because you also get +4.
No,
Oh, awesome.
She is not.
So,
She is not. No,
No.
you're not. You're 15
Okay.
feet away.
Oh, okay. Well, that's only a 28 then.
Jesus.
All right. Cool. You just phase out of existence.
It's through me.
The fact that could have been a 32.
Yeah, so you just basically phase out of existence, and she's gonna end up here, and still within your circle there. Has just completely blown by you, Caché, like when she got hit forward, but is looking through Tarlin towards Haytrix. So that is I think all she can do at this time, because she's gonna save a few other bits. Yep. Cool. It comes to the sharpshooters. This one here is, I think when you're grappled, you can still shoot.
Yeah, I think so.
And they have a special ability where they do not have disadvantage at close range. So,
Oh, it actually depends on if you're using the new rules or not.
what are the new
grapple
rules?
is different in the new rules. New rules are speed is 0. You have disadvantage on attack rolls against any target other than the grappler, and the grappler can drag or carry you when it moves, but every foot of movement costs an extra foot. So you double movement, half movement.
So
But yeah, it does say you
I
have
have-
disadvantage on attack rolls against any target other than the grappler.
So if you're attacking me, you're fine.
So it's a straight
Yeah,
roll
but anyone
against
else.
you.
Yeah.
Straight roll
Brilliant.
against Artrin, but everyone else will be disadvantage. Which is actually kind of a nice use of grappling now,
It
actually.
is,
That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was kind
definitely
of
makes
a
it
little bit
more-
unusable.
Yeah.
Useful
Well, like
now,
speed is
yeah.
0 is handy, but like, eh.
Well, they're restrained, so they're not going to be able to do that. So I think they're just going to basically, in the grapple there, Artrin is going to just basically kind of like maneuver around and, yeah, let's see. Let's do that. Where's my little, oh. Yeah, cool. Is going to kind of hit a section of the rifle there, and it's going to shoot out this like volatile chemical reaction from the edge of the gun. And I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw while grappling this person.
Okay.
So it's right in the face.
14.
Reaction,
18.
flash of genius, +5.
19.
Fine.
Total hit.
That's a nice shadow you got, Artrin. You get a
So-
D8.
So you get to roll again, and you get a D8 to this.
Okay.
And +5.
Might roll
And
again
plus
as well.
Okay, so it's.
And you do need to
16,
roll for your butterfly.
It's +5, 21, D8. 7, 28.
28.
Yeah.
Well done. You succeed. You're still going to take half.
We all made sure.
Yeah. I was just thinking I'd get my reaction back in like the
You
next
never.
turn, but okay.
Hang on. I'm going to do this in here because it's just going to be faster.
Oh no.
Okay. I saw that.
Uh-oh. I saw that pop up too. Nice one there.
You take math. Hang on. I don't want to say it on recording because then everyone will know I'm really bad at math. 13 points of acid damage.
Okay.
And this is all considered difficult terrain as the acid slowly eats away at the stone and the metal and everything that's kind of around it. So this is considered bubbling in acid at the moment. So that is that Chemtech's go. We are now going to just move a little bit. Sorry, I should have done this probably beforehand, but I'm just going to take a shot at Haytrix. as you are the target, my dear.
Ooh.
12. I don't think that hits.
So Haytrix isn't wearing her armor.
No, she is not.
So it's 10 plus your dex modifier is your AC.
So it's 11. So yeah, 12 hits.
Oh, 12 hits. Okay.
Yeah, not
Then
having
I
armor
would say-
sucks.
Yeah, I'd say that hits too. That's like a 16 plus their modifier, so yeah, that's gonna hit.
Oh god, yeah, yeah.
So.
My supple body. Ah.
That is
Oh!
gonna be...
Sorry.
Yeah.
The first attack, I'm actually going to use my force field.
Go on.
So it adds a +4 to my AC, so the first one doesn't hit.
First one doesn't
Nice.
hit. Very good. Second one will still hit.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh god. Oh, I've now... Oh, there it is. Lost my D8. 15 points of piercing damage.
Well, damn.
And they're going to use their incinerary round for this. So that is
And-
5 points of fire damage, which for you, Haytrix, is okay, because it's only half.
Cool. So what, 3 points, so?
3 points, yeah.
Yeah. Lovely.
So that is that one. This one here is gonna step out. Gizmo, I need you. Oh, I need that thing to move. Gizmo, I need you to make a dex. Never mind. It's actually a roll to hit. Sorry.
Oh.
If 24 to hit.
24 just hits. I have
Okay.
+2 AC with my haste, but yeah.
Oh, really? With two? Okay. Yeah. So this person kind of steps out from around the corner, sees you, eyes go big for a second, kind of like struggles in the side pocket, and pulls out what appears to be almost like a nylon, like kind of clumped together a bunch of string, and then kind of swirls it around a bit, and you actually see it's a net, and you can actually see the electricity through the net itself, and he's going to swing it around. He's going to swing it at you. It kind of falls on top of you, so you're going to be considered restrained at the moment.
That completely fucks up my turn. Oh.
Sorry, but
You're
not
not
sorry.
sorry.
Oh, I'm not sorry at all. That's exactly my plan, because Gizmo's scary. This person's going to duck back behind here. And this person here is going to pop out, and he is going to take 2 shots at the lovely owl. Okay. The first one is a 14, Al.
Oh yeah.
The next one's a natural 20.
Oh, most definitely.
Okay.
I've used my
That's
reaction
great.
spell, so.
You have indeed.
Oops.
16 points of piercing damage. And they're going to use their incinerary round. So that is 7 points of fire damage. That's the first hit. Second hit.
Oh. Fuck.
Max damage. Doubles.
Hang on. No, hang on. I need a calculator. Shit.
Oh no. That's never words you ever want to hear.
Okay. And then... Okay. Oh, okay. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I feel nothing. I have no emotions. Al,
Yeah.
you take 26 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And 24 points of fire damage.
Oof.
And I'm down.
That's all of his health.
Wait,
Yep.
did I already take it to death save? What?
Nope. You're just
No,
you're just
okay.
unconscious.
Yeah, because it's all the one hit. So yeah.
That was the natural 20. The natural 20 was a big hit, and I rolled
yeah,
2 sixes.
Yeah.
I rolled.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, they're here to kill someone. So, Al, I need to knock you out, but I don't know.
Yeah, my spell book also just pops out beside me.
Oh, right. Yep. Because you
Bloop.
are.
Yeah.
Bloop. Straight into the water. Because I think you're still in the water.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you're not dead, okay? But for some
No.
reason, that's the only thing I can find. I can't find unconscious for some reason. I used to have unconscious, but yeah, I don't know where it is. Oh, now they have a concentrating spell. Okay, whatever. All right, so that is this guy will duck back in after shooting Al. Who's next? It comes to Gizmo.
So much has changed in the last 2 turns. Okay.
You are restrained. You can
I'm
try
restrained.
to escape.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't have much of a choice in that manner. So yeah, I'll use my action to attempt. I assume it's an action to attempt escape.
It is. Yeah.
I will do that. What do I need to roll?
Strength save, please.
A strength save. That's a natural 1.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
Okay.
you attempt to try to remove yourself, but what's different about this particular net itself is the nylon is so thin that with your kind of the bulkiness of your hands, you're struggling to actually get it off, and it's still restraining you down and kind of electrifying the suit. It's not, you're not taking damage, but it's like pulsating through it, meaning it's kind of shocking you out of it, of control.
Well. Damn. A lot of what I wanted to try is not going to work. Okay, I will, with my bonus action, put up my defensive field, give myself 12 temporary hit points.
Yep.
And then, am I able? I know that I'm gonna leave this up to you. With haste, where's it gone? It does say that the extra action can only be used to attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object action. Is that use an object? I assume that's not. I can't use that to try and get the net off again.
I don't know. I would try it. Like I would not, because like you're using the action to try to escape again. So you're burning your action, your secondary action that you did cast on. Yeah. No, I'd say you can try to do it again. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Thank you, gracious
strength
DM. I will
save.
try again. Much better. That is.
It just makes sense.
23.
Like I'm not. Yeah, 23, definitely. You. It's like everything that's happening, and Al just went down, and there's just been so much going on that you just like find it within yourself again to just take it. And do you just rip it off, or do you like, what do you do?
Yeah. I ripped through this shit. I'm like, wait, why am I trying to escape? This is nylon.
Very strong, nylon. Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah.
You do. You tear it off. So you're free now. You are not.
Okay, and I'm gonna assume there's so many people around. I know they look the most dangerous, but there's so many people around them.
So yeah, you've got.
Artrim's got this. There's the guy inside
You've
here.
got two.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the one straight in front of me. I'm gonna move up to him and just be like squaring him down. But I don't have anything else I can do this turn, so that is me.
Okay.
Actually, I would just maybe stand just here, just if anybody is coming through the door, that I can kind of be a little bit jarring. And I will just shout out, just as a reminder, Al's down! I don't have any healing spells.
Okay, you shout that out to the group.
Yeah.
Caché, as Gizmo walks up towards the individual, one of the riflemen, you get an alluring acidic smell off of them.
Interesting.
Al, I need a death saving throw.
Yes, indeed.
Actually, I still want to do it. How do I do it if I'm over here?
Oh, you want to do it?
What do you mean?
Which
Well,
one?
you would just roll, and like
Exactly.
there's no modifiers in it. It's literally just whatever you roll. Like if it's a 20, you'd have to tell him because he's come back to life. But if anything else, you can just mark it down, and you just keep track of it. Like a little hatch mark thing in it, you know.
Al, would you mind?
No?
You sure?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Everybody's gonna be looking at my face now here in a second.
that's one way on it. For the podcast listeners, as she's rolling Al's death save on his behalf, she turned the camera off, so we can't tell by her lack of a poker face if it was good or bad.
I'm very upset.
Yeah, it's not fair.
I have no idea what you mean. Okay, Al, that is you done. Haytrix.
Hey. Okay. I'm assuming Haytrix's gun axe is a part of her arm, right?
Yes, if you want it to be.
Okay. Yes, that's what I would have assumed anyway. If you're okay with that.
Of course.
Man, Haytrix trying to blow a bitch up right now. Haytrix is going to take aim at Chainsaw Lady with her first shot of her gun axe. In ranged as well, not
in range.
not in
mode,
the
yep.
Yeah. So that is the first one is an 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Cool. And the second one is it's only an 11.
11 doesn't hit.
Okay, perfect. So the first one is 2d8 plus 3 piercing damage. So sorry, I need my calculator for this. This is like math stuff, man. New character who dis, yeah. So 2d8 plus 3. 2d8. Oh, okay, so that's 5 points
five points of damage. Yeah.
Piercing damage, and then also it will do an additional 10 points of fire damage.
Nice.
Yeah.
Pulling from your own lava energy. Yeah, you do a good chunk of damage. 15. Very good.
Cool. I'm just...
And the second hit didn't hit yet.
Sorry, I'm just...
You're all good.
How... Oh, 35 feet. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was about to ask is how long...
Yeah, no,
like
you've
the
got...
bomb...
Yeah, you can throw a bomb 35 feet with your strength.
Yeah. No, it's just too short. Yeah, no, Haytrix is going to be good with that. That's all for herself.
It's all for herself. Okay.
Yeah.
So, top of the round will be Tarlin. And all at the moment he's going to do is lean towards Cord and just say, I know you've got a lot more tricks up your sleeve. Go on. Show me. And we will leave his actions for next week because it is already unless you want to continue pushing forward, but I think we all have work tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm up early.
Yeah. So no, we'll call it there. Top of the round. We'll start with Tarlin next week.
That's an exciting point.
And Al is down. No one has armor.
Yeah, I've got 11 HP.
Everything's okay. Artrin has 11 HP because he was chased through the city. Yeah.
We're all naked and afraid.
You're all naked. Yeah.
Taran's just there, just being suave instead of actually helping us.
Yeah, we haven't done his actions yet. He's.
He took around to be like, I'm gonna watch you all. I saw him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he totally did. And he wasn't impressed. So now he's like, oh, okay. One of them's down.
It's not pretty. One got captured instantly. Like there's one two like got powered up and then captured instantly.
At least you're still hasted.
Yeah, one was Greco-Roman wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very homoerotic.
I mean, like the power of a soldier lies in his equipment, so it's quite a.
Mm.
I think I'm doing okay so far.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. We'll see what happens this round, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure you'd like the AC. It's mad. It's mad that you're so low.
Well, yeah. It's more from earlier. The fight earlier really fucked me up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god. Oh well, we'll get through it.
My life choices.
I will quickly sign us off here. Thank you all so much for joining us, and we will see you in the next episode.
Bye.
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 Oh, bye.